Aloha nui loa kākou. O wau nei no o Kiana I hilani Kuulei kanahele. A kahi awa male ia kana I aupuni kanahele a ka o Pereira ke ave kane ai ole Pereira ke ave kane na inoa o ko'u ohana. Ho'a o nui ana wau e ho'opuka I ko'u mana o makaolelo makuahine, o makaolelo Hawai'i, o iai he haumana, kula kaya puni wale no au, no leila e hui kalamai no ka hema hema I nā hema hema paha no au. My name is Kuulei, and I'm super grateful to be here with Mana Music and Media in their studio to record some live music. Really grateful to be here on Instagram, and also to the people who are interested in looking at my story. There should be a link there that leads you to the live version, which is of significantly higher quality. So that'll be awesome. Today we're here to sing a few songs. I am particularly grateful to celebrate La Ho'i Ho'i Ea. And if anybody is unsure of what La Ho'i Ho'i Ea is, it is Hawaii's Sovereignty Restoration Day. And so I will be singing some music, but I also want you folks to know and understand the meaning of the music and the relationship to this wonderful La Nui, this wonderful holiday. So in Hawaii history, we were under the malu of King Kauikeaouli. He is King Kamehameha the Third. And Kauikeaouli was the ruler at a time. And so Kauikeaouli, we had a lot of high aloha, a lot of high Hawaii that look a little bit like the one that you see behind me. La Ho'i Ho'i Ea is talking about the restoration of our sovereignty. And so there was a time where there was a kind of like this rogue brother from Britain. And he showed up with some weaponry and he said, hey, yield to me or I'll blast your whole town. And so this is like not really exactly the professional articulation of our history, but just i'ike kako, so that we know and understand kind of like the brief history. His name was Lord Paulette. So Lord Paulette came and threatened to open fire on the Nui Po'e, on the people of the common town. And to avoid that, King Kauikeaouli kind of took down all of our flags and yielded temporarily to the rule of Lord Paulette from Great Britain. Kauikeaouli wrote to Great Britain to clarify what was happening, as we had really great relations with Britain. And when he wrote back, essentially, Great Britain said, sorry, my brother, we didn't send him. We don't know who he is. We're on our way over to set things right. So Admiral Thomas came down. As we know, Thomas Square, there are lots of festivities that happen at Thomas Square. Admiral Thomas came down, set things right, and our sovereignty was restored again. So that's just a really off the block, off the cuff kind of version of the history that we might be able to remember. For more historically accurate dates and times, please visit hawaiiankingdom.org. They have really great information that you can kind of check out. But the mana'o nui of this La Nui, or the big idea of this holiday, is that we're celebrating the time that our sovereignty was restored to Hawaii people. This is the time where Kauikeaouli coined the term that we now know so often as our state motto, but this is the first time he uttered the motto ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono, which some people have adapted and adopted into the state of Hawaii's somehow the state motto, somehow the occupiers. I don't know how that worked. But anyway, so ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono is the phrase that Kauikeaouli spoke when the sovereignty, or our ea, was returned to Hawaii. So I'm going to sing a few songs today, kind of depicting my aloha for aina, my love for this place that I live in, which is Hawaii, my love for the people that I come from, for the kupuna that I come from. And I'm really happy to share music to celebrate this day. For Hawaii people, we look kind of closer into not just the the la nui or the historical relevance, but the overall picture. And a lot of times the overall picture means celebrating our sovereignty. That is not just celebrating our political, the restoration of our political sovereignty of that time, but it's also celebrating the things that make us to feel free and the things that make us to feel grounded and whole and full in a very real ancestral way. So anyway, the songs I'm going to share today, some of them I wrote, some of them I didn't write, and I'm really grateful to be here to share them with you. This first song is going to be my rendition of Ehuli Mako, which is an old song that my kupuna know and love and dance to. It goes a little something like this. I'm going to just sing a verse and then I'm going to pause and explain and then I'll sing the whole song. It says, Ehuli, Ehuli Mako, Ehuli, Ehuli Mako, Ko Maka, Ko Lima, Ame Ko Kino Aloha Mai. What that means is ehuli. So this song seems to be talking about a dance where people say ehuli, ehuli mako. Let us spin and twirl and let us dance together. Ko maka, ko lima, ame ko kino e aloha mai. Your eyes, your hands, your body, love me. Essentially, that's the essence of that song. But if we look at the kauna or some hidden meaning that may or may not have been intended, we can look at the concept of the huli. And huli means to turn. Huli can also mean to overturn. So a huli mako, and mako is a word that means kind of us, not them. So if I'm saying mako or mana music and media, I'm saying us and not you. Where if I say kako, I'm saying us, which means mana music and media and you. But anyway, the mana'o has to do with the turning and the overturning of our eyes, the things that we see. So not just a wonderful picture depicting a kane and a wahine dancing together, but we're looking at the concept of us as Hawaii people, us as this nation, us as this people, returning to the things that keep us well and the things that make us whole. And so ehuli mako, ko maka, ko lima is like your eyes, the things that you see every day. Are you scrolling 100? Is your screen time up at 10 hours a day? Or are you actually out seeing the sights of your kupuna, revisiting the concepts of kai and not just the concepts, but the places themselves, these kupuna places themselves? Are we putting ourselves in a position to actually see the wondrous places that raised us and our kupuna? Ko lima, our hands. What are our hands doing to overturn or to return to the kupuna that we know and love? Our hands, Are we on the computer or on the TV screen or on the laptops or on the Netflix with the remotes, or are we touching and feeling kalo and aina aloha? Are we planting kukui trees? Are we planting food to sustain us and our family? Ame ko kino e, and your whole body. How do you use your body to turn and to overturn, not just toward political sovereignty, but toward personal sovereignty, so that we're well in our bodies and in our skin. That is the mana'o nui behind ehuli mako. But anyway, mahalo for joining me again. This is ehuli. Ko lima, ame ko kino aloha mai. Ehuli mako, ehuli mako, ko maka ko lima, ame ko kino ame ko kino aloha mai. me kokina aloha mai. Ihope mako ko maka kulima a me kokina aloha mai. Imua mako ko maka kulima me kokina haina ho'i mai e huli mako ko maka kolima a me kokina aloha mai. Hokahi ho haina ho'i mai e huli mako ko maka kolima a me kokina aloha mai. Oia no o e huli. Mahalo. Again, I really mahalo this opportunity to be here to record music with these ohana, with Mana Music and Media. This next song I want to sing is a song that I wrote for the Mauna Wakea. I wrote this song for Mauna Kea. Again, if you're just joining us on Instagram or if you're joining us recently on the YouTube, aloha nui loa kako, welcome to the stream. We're here celebrating La Ho'iho'i Ea, not just the national holiday for the Hawaiian Kingdom, but also we're celebrating the return of the restoration of our own sovereignty, our personal sovereignty, our ability to see and do and eat and love the way that we want to and the way that we need to in order to keep ourselves and our people well and happy. And so, yes, this is a celebration of those things. This is, again, a song I wrote for the Mauna Wakea. This is called E o mai Mauna Kea. mahalo. In the extended version, there are a couple of other verses, but in that song, I actually taught on top of the mauna in the occupation, the positive, wonderful occupation of our Alahulu Kupuna in 2019. I was there to kako'o our kupuna in the kupuna tent, and I taught a few courses at the Pu'uhuluhulu University during our time there. So I really mahalo the opportunity to share that mele with you folks. I wonder if there's any requests. Aloha kako, aloha nui loa. Mahalo for the comments. Nui ka mahalo a nui ki aloha ia o ko pakahia po. Again, if you're here, I'm broadcasting live on YouTube so that I can be able to kind of like broadcast a better quality video than the one that you see here. So we're just here for the celebration of the nation. Ew. For anybody who's been in any type of kind of activism space, whether it's kukia i mauna, kukia i hunana niho, kukia i kahuku, and for those of you who don't know, that's been my kulana in a lot of spaces. That's been my function to kind of kupa'a i ke aloha aina, to stand firm with the people who love our land. Sometimes that involves being unarrestable, and that involves being carried away actually they don't have a lot of handcuffs, so usually it's zip ties. But sometimes it involves that. But a lot of times it involves the type of healing that we don't talk about. Activism and the restoration of sovereignty involves the ability to experience joy and the ability to experience rest. And that's something that I've been learning, because I've been kind of really involved in the ku'e part, and the part of activism that is heavy, the part of activism that is kind of difficult, and it's heavy. It involves tears, and it involves crying, and it involves grief. But this is a heleo ho'omana'o keia ya kako pakahia pau. This is a reminder to us all that activism also includes, especially re-indigenization of our space and time, includes joy. And so not only decolonize everything, but we have to re-indigenize and remember the peace and the joy and the strength of the kupuna that we come from. And that involves physical visits to our kai, physical visits to our forests, and not only malihini in these spaces all the time, So a lot of us, we remember going anywhere, on our way to anywhere, and we just see all the tourists just packed at our vahikupuna, packed in our forests, packed on our hiking trails, packed on all of our vahi, all of the places that we used to frequent. And so it's not also only about, I never go to this place for a long time, I never see these trees, I never experience this joy. No, they never see you too. These trees, these kai people, these pohaku, these forests who've seen Hawaii people for hundreds of years haven't seen us in a while. So we ought to go visit them in our movement towards sovereignty, political sovereignty, but also personal freedom. And so anyway, that's just a reminder and some mana'o to help us to get back into our joy. One of the coolest, best opportunities I've had to revisit Aina Aloha, and sometimes to visit Aina Aloha for the first time, was with Drew Cap. He is a beloved kumu. He doesn't have Hawaiian ancestry, so he's somebody that I might call a haole aloha, or a beloved foreigner, or a beloved person who didn't come from here by birth. But he showed me a lot of Hawaii. And in his class, he required huaka'i. Like he said, you have to. This is required. Every quarter, you have to go on 2 huaka'i. And one of the huaka'i we did was in downtown Hilo. And so in downtown Hilo, there's a bunch of shops. Auntie Bev Ahuna is she used to work at Aloha Grown in one of those shops. And she's a keaukaha auntie for the homestead. I don't know anybody at the homestead on the live. But Auntie Bev Ahuna, we talk about her in the song. We talk about a family of lobsters walking on 2 feet. Usually lobsters don't do that in Hilo town. But we're looking at the kauna of things, the hidden meaning, and the hidden meaning of that is just the people that spent a little bit too long in the sun. That's the family of lobsters there. But all in aloha for each other and the place that we call home, which is Hilo. So this is called There Goes My Hilo, eh? And it goes into a song I didn't write that my dad folks sing all the time. And this is a beloved medley. It goes a little something like this. Well, I took a trip all the way down to see the beauty of my Hilo town. And I went with a group of my friends. Oh yeah, the walking and the talking never really truly ends. You see, we started out on our trek down the street. Papaya farming, beekeeping, honey farmers did we meet. Coconut bread, $1.50, oh so sweet. I said, hey, there goes my Hilo, eh. I sit a little further down in the shop. I see a family of lobsters walking on 2 feet. We ask where they're from and they joyfully say Wisconsin and Illinois of the USA. I said, hey, there goes my Hilo, eh. I sit a little further down in the shop. I see a young looking brother from Manila, Philippines. We asked him about his story and the story unfolds, and then we all trip out. He's 85 years old. We said, hey, there goes my Hilo, eh. I sit a little further down in the shop. I see a cow called her auntie, looks familiar to me. She gives us all a sample of lotion to try. Peacocky for the ladies, coconut oil for the guys. I said, hey, there goes my Hilo, eh. I said, Haina Iamai, let the story be told about the group of funny locals round them downtown roads. We met a lot of people from all over the place, different skin color but the same human race. I said, hey, there goes my Hilo, eh. Haina. I said, Haina Iamai, let the story be told about the group of funny locals round them downtown roads. We met a lot of people from all over the place, different skin color but the same human race. I said, hey, there goes my Hilo, eh. I said, hey, there goes my Hilo, eh. I took a blast from the past to remind me what's behind me. I know where I've got to be. In the valley, not the alley, in the sand, not in the can, looking where the water still runs deep. With the only pa, hanapa, kuliki kako, only place to be. With the only pa, hanapa, kuliki kako, kimana, oh, butterfly free. Said if you're ever in the district, I hope you won't restrict it. Won't you please drop down and see all the brownies getting down, and we're doing it all naturally. Reaches out to sea. Hoi mai ko kako, I know hoi mai ko kako pohaku hoi mai. Return to me with the only pa hanapa kuliki kako, only place to be. With the only pa hanapa kuliki kako, kimana oh butterfly free. Said if ever in the district, I hope you won't restrict it. Won't you please drop down and see all the brownies getting down, and we're doing it all naturally. We're singing me and the boys, Moon, John and Jerome. We stay up late and watch the late picture show. Hey Mo, hey Mo, hey Mo. I'm singing yuck, 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 yuck. I'm singing whoa, 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 whoa. Sit away, on me and slide. Yeah, I'm singing away, on me and slide. Away, on me and slide. I'm singing away, on me and slide. I'm singing whoa, 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 whoa. Says you quit to the left and you quit to the right. Kahala in the middle, you can do it Yeah. Thank you. You know, this ukulele, my dad, he told me one day, 6 or 8. Yeah, that's what he said. He said 6 or 8. And I said, like, you know, chocolate chip cookies, 6 or 8 chicken nuggets, you know, like 6 or 8 what? And he was like, just 6 or 8. So, you know me with the makavalus, I'm like, okay, 8. And he came home with this beautiful kamaka ukulele. And he said, you can have the 8 and I'll have the 6. And so there was one ukulele for him and one ukulele for me. And these keys, they're kind of sliding. I think I should take them in to get them tightened. But my dad, he can just hear the way instruments are tuned or not tuned. So no matter how much I use this tuner, he's just, flat your ukulele. But, and he's definitely right, of course. Can I borrow yours? Yeah. Because then also, I asked my dad, I was like, Dad, what happened to, can I borrow your 6-string ukulele? And he said, I sold it. I was like, oh, okay, very good, very good. Then I don't feel so bad about being like, I gotta fix this one. But yeah, we're grateful, but here we are with this.
You might have to
tune this one.
tune it just to make sure.
Sounds good. No worries. I know you folks aren't here with me in real life, but if you were here with me in real life, I would go ahead and ask you to give me a round of applause for my cameramen here. I have Michael and Sky of Mana Music and Media. I feel so grateful. Mahalo to you, because it's about 1,000 degrees in here. So 2,000 and a half. And so once I'm done with this, we can turn the AC back on. But while I'm sitting here with this snarky tuner, I'm just gonna have to figure this out. Oh, this is wonderful. My dad just does it with his ear. Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. This is gonna be my last song that I sing for you folks. I really mahalo again this opportunity to play this music, to sing these songs that I don't often have a chance to record. These are beloved songs that I've kept to myself for a while that I'm happy to share now in this space. Again, for the people who are on Instagram, aloha nui. The quality is better if you go to the YouTube. So if you go to my story, you can click the link in my story. And we can go ahead and you can do that over there. Somebody said, OMG, you look so gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. We'll give this one a try. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and this joy we share as we tarry there. Na none other has ever known. Ma ke ala hela o Yesu I hala vai aku ai. Me ke kanaka o pio hano hano kaula na e ka vai vai. Ma ke ala hele o Yesu I hala vai aku ai. Me ke kanaka o pio hano hano kaula na e ka vai vai. Pane mai e ka pio e kuhaku mai kai. E aha I ka ue hana aku ai. I loa e ke ola mau. E hawi lilo I ko mau vai vai. Uli ai mai au I loa e ke ola mau. Let me walk through paradise with you, Lord. Take my hand and lead me there. All my earthly treasures I'd gladly give. Teach me how to love and how to share. Greed and lust and vanity were mine, Lord, till I found your love divine. Now on my knees I pray I can find the way. Then I'll walk through paradise with you, Yahweh. Havi lilo I ko mau vai vai. Uli ai mai au I loa e ke ola mau. I loa e ke ola mau. Let me walk through paradise with you, Lord. Take my hand and lead me there. All my earthly treasures I'd gladly give. Teach me how to love and how to share. Greed and lust and vanity were mine, Lord, till I found your love divine. Now on my knees I pray I can find the way. Then I'll walk through paradise with you. Oh, my Lord, my Savior, guide my poor feet along that lonely road. Faith, hope, and love will guide the way before me, and then I'll walk through paradise with you. Havi lilo I ko mau vai vai. Uli ai mai au I loa e ke ola mau. I loa e ke ola mau. Then I'll walk through paradise with you. Mahalo. Mahalo piha. Mahalo everyone again for joining us on the YouTube and on the Instagram if you're joining us there. The mana'o nui again of this time together was just to share a few songs to commemorate our independence and our sovereignty. I have one more mana'o before we end the live, before we end the stream. And that mana'o is about the ku'e, or about the sovereignty component or piece. There's a really interesting kind of event happening right now. It's not really an event, but it's more like a situation where one of our close brothers in Hawaii, he's an entertainer, he's an MC, he's an awesome brother. I guess there was some mix-ups with his booking. And there's loads of people right now just commenting all kinds of things. And they're like, he's a scammer and don't talk to him and don't ever book with him ever. And he's the worst person ever. And sometimes when we see a lot of those kinds of comments, we're led to also comment in that spirit and in that way, instead of developing our own separate opinions about what's going on. So the ku'e, or the sovereignty that we're celebrating today, still applies. So just like we fight for political independence, just like we fight for personal sovereignty and the personal ability for us to choose different things and love different things and be different things, we also have to ku'e, or recognize the difference between kind of the mainstream and the root stream. And so the root stream involves your own root. Is what you're looking at pono, is the conduct that these people are going about, whether the brada or the tita or whatever it is that's happening, whatever the situation is. How are you going to respond? How are you going to stand different or kind of like clarify your position on things in life and in the world, so that you can respond in a way that's informed based on who you really are, not really who other people are or who other people are influencing you to be. This day of celebrating our sovereignty and independence is giving us an opportunity to clarify who we are. Who am I? What do I believe? What are my core values? And how am I going to apply that to my life? How am I going to ku'e, or stand different, or resist the temptation to subscribe to other mana'o, or subscribe to other streams of consciousness that are not healthy for my nation and not good for my people, whether I know them or not, whether I like them or not. How are we going to kupa'a and stand firm in the values of our kupuna, even in this changing time? These are the things that I hope we consider. And I know this was a lot of talking for my cameraman, so I don't know if we accomplished the goal of the music. but yeah, I really mahalo you folks, and I leave you with this mana'o, makainoa kamakua ke keiki a me ka uhane a malele a me. Mahalo.